Good afternoon, everyone. I can barely see people coming in, but when you're coming in, if you could come to the front part of the room so our speaker can see you as well, that would be fantastic. And now, for our final session at the breakout room 2, I'd love to welcome Mattia Mor, founder and CEO of Emotion Network, who will explore how storytelling, connections, and innovative approaches can really inspire growth and foster skills and really unlock potential. So without further ado, Mattia, I'd love to give you the stage.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Thank you all for being here. I mean, this is the last speech, so it'll be 2 long days, so really happy that you can be here with us and with us today. And, of course, thank you to Docebo for inviting me to take this experience on stage. So, we are here to talk about, the power of learning and to learn from leaders. But, for us, for the experience we have, 2 key points of the learning we can have in our professional and personal life are related to the stories that we learn, to the stories that we get from many different sources, and from the connection that we get. It's so much important to have and to balance these 2 things together. So, if you can see here, the star, our company is called Emotion Network, so just the name is giving you the importance of the network and the importance of the emotion around that. Our journey has started with a project full of powerful stories. You can see here in our picture Mr. Massimo Bottura, that was so inspiring this morning with us today. Why? Because in 2020, when Emotion Network started, with the goal to inspire people and to produce stories to inspire, educate, and entertain at the same time, we produced a docu-series. We were supposed to do an event like this in 2020. We started working on an event like this on February 7, but after 2 weeks, it made almost impossible to go on because of COVID coming. So we decided immediately to pivot our company strategy and to start working on a docu-series that I will show you now in a trailer, where Mr. Bottura was one of the hosts and one of the speakers there, that better than any other thing explain what we do and what we believe in the power of storytelling.
Emozione, energia, futuro. Queste sono parole chiave della mia vita.
Un'emozione che a me interessa molto, che guida la mia vita, è questa attesa a questa vera bellezza che non è per niente ovvia che arrivi, ecco. Ma questa è la bellezza dell'attesa.
Non bisogna mai porsi limiti perché la voglia di fare, di guardare a degli orizzonti che sembrano irraggiungibili, probabilmente te li fa anche raggiungere qualche volta.
We must imagine our future. We must create our future, but we must do it with our heart.
Il problema nella vita è incamminarsi e poi magari trovi un obiettivo che è ancora molto più bello e più grande di quello che tu immaginavi.
Oggi abbiamo tutte le possibilità di costruire qualsiasi cosa. Possiamo finalmente tornare a sognare.
I want to always find ways to connect more so that I can build empathy and understanding.
Dobbiamo tenere conto del nuovo mondo in cui viviamo, che è quello della tecnologia, ma dobbiamo ripartire dalle nostre radici.
La tecnologia è un dono del creato, sono convintissimo, però abbiamo bisogno che non ci rubi l'anima che il creato stesso ci ha dato. Abbiamo necessità di ritrovare un equilibrio tra tecnologia e umanesimo.
When I think about how technology can help people to reach their potential, I think the heart of it is lifting and amplifying the voices of everyone.
Stiamo di fatto cambiando il cuore della gente.
Quello che accadrà oltrepassando il confine è che ci fideremo di un'intelligenza diversa, perché pensiamo probabilmente che questo tipo di intelligenza può costruire un mondo in cui siamo vagamente più giusti.
We need more anima, more soul.
We need technology to do is to let us be individuals, but to let us be connected to each other. ideas at the beginning looks impractical, but make effort and keep in our mind, then step by step, it is possible to achieve.
So this trailer, this 2 minutes best of the series, shows which is our manifesto. What does it mean for us, Tech Emotion? Tech Emotion for us, as explained very well by our speakers, means that we can face the challenges of the future only if we merge technology and innovation and investments with emotions, with creativity, with culture to empower the human potential. So the series is a 6-episode docu-series, 30 minutes each, where all the great leaders you saw, from Bottura to the CEO of Formula One, from Mark Benioff from Salesforce, or Sheryl Sandberg from Facebook, from Bertelli from Prada, or a world champion in Formula One or in other sports, join the forces together to talk about this topic, the merge between technology and emotions together, but to talk about some Italian excellence that you saw there in different part of the countries, but we talk mainly about human values that are behind that. And the reason why all of them came and all of them called each other to be part of that is something that makes us much proud of everything. Do you know how much we paid for all those people to be there? €0. Zero, because everyone was joining the project, for the word of mouth, to be part of that, because they were sharing the same values that we're having. So in any kind of public conferences that we do or events that we do where we invite people to join, we say that we are peers of values. We are people with different background, different stories, different jobs, different money, but all of them are joined by the same values, the value to have a positive social impact on society, using the power of connection, the power of technology, innovation, and investment together with culture, creativity, and humanism, all together to inspire others. So that's the second point. That was the first point that we started with. So the production of content like that made us doing many other content. I will show you later something else. Then we moved to another, when COVID finally ended and let it be possible to do events, we organized our first conference in Milan in 2022 called Tech Emotion. So the conference similar to a very nice conference where we are here today, is that to let the people meet, share thoughts, having good content on stage, good experiences done in Milan the last 3 years. And Tech Emotion Summit took with it also the Tech Emotion Club. So the creation of a club with people that, like you, can meet not only in the month of May when we do our conference, but they can also be part of a monthly events all around Europe and all around the world to meet with people. This is just, for example, a press release that we had with Corriere della Sera, that is, for those that are Italians, the most important Italian newspaper, so the most read Italian newspaper that has been covered a lot with different articles, what we do and what we do with the companies that are sponsor of us, with the speakers that are sponsor of us in the Tech Emotion Summit, where actually Docebo has been a partner last year, and so we took together a very nice content on stage. And we have been very, very happy and very proud to have great speakers on stage. You can see in this picture Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks, together with Brunello Cucinelli, the founder of Brunello Cucinelli brand. You can see also K.R. Sridhar, the founder of Bloom Energy. You can see Angelo Moratti, one of the most important investment family in Italy. He's also our anchor investor. You can see Claudio Costamagna, the former head of Europe for Goldman Sachs. So it's not a tech conference. It's a mix between technology, between founders of startups, but also creativity, culture, and because we think that these kind of events can be done in a very remarkable way when they can mix the different things that people can find in an event like that. That's why you can see a beautiful dinner setting for 300 people. You can see like a nice cocktail. So the nice things that in this way Italy can give to the audience that are coming from all over the world, from 30 different countries in the end of May. So, and this, the last edition, we had 600 CEOs, investors, and entrepreneurs. You can see Massimo here. You can also see Dick Costolo, that was the former CEO of Twitter. You can see Ruma Bose. Ruma Bose, for example, she's a brilliant speaker. She's a brilliant lady. She was working with the Mother Teresa of Calcutta, in Calcutta, in India, for many years as a personal assistant, and she became a social entrepreneur after having been experienced with Mother Teresa of Calcutta. So, and then you also have in this picture the designer Philip Stark, or Mr. Luca Cordero di Montezemolo, that served for 20 years as the chairman of Ferrari brand. So it's, again, always mixing the stories, always mixing the way that people connect can have a better impact on our businesses, on our growth, on our competencies, on our personal and professional lives. Then, you can see some other images here about the kind of events that we do in Tech Emotion Club, where we debate key topics also during the year. In this case, we were like debating in an event 2 months ago in Milan for a smaller crowd, a crowd like here, for 50 to 60 people, where we wanted to have, people discussing about the power of social impact and how we can move from profit to purpose to face the challenges that all our, different times are having. So, and the same here, like a very, very nice lunch that we did in London in a very beautiful country house, where for the 50 people we invited, the best thing is to have the right mix of people and the different topics that people can talk about, because it's not only doing business meetings or like specific vertical meetings that people can go home and reach. So that's why we moved in our discussion from storytelling to story living. We think that it's so much important to say story living, because for us, stories matters, but matters even more when they are lived, not when they were also told. So it's really important that we use the leaving the stories. And leaving the stories means also leaving the stories all together, like you guys did last night, when you did when you have lunch, or when you have like session like this, that can allow you to leave the stories that you can see on stage, or can you share with your new friends or new contacts. Because the social interactions for us play, as we said, an important, crucial role, and because to make, for everyone, satisfaction and fulfillment. I don't know if you read a research that followed, many people from 70 years, from 20 years until 90 years old, when people did different lives, and the most important thing for them at the end of this research was that what was really mattering for them was the relationships that he had in life. No matter the money, the success, the fame, or, of course, the health, yes, but mainly, the relationship, that what is make the life, worth it to be lived. In this case, of course, every connection that we can create in an event like this can be also the door to create new opportunities for your business or for your personal, career or personal development. That is so important to go home from an event like this with, some key point to take that home with you. And then, of course, what is really important is the access. Because in this moment where the business is much, much more competitive all the time, and also for your personal growth, for the growth of your business, the growth of your investments, it's so much important who is introducing you to whom. It's really important the access you can give to the people. You can see here, Dick Costolo, the former CEO of Twitter, someone that, if you can sit together with him to talk about some topic, about technology topic, it's much more available than, and maybe, a lower level in a corporate or like in different sectors. But this kind of events or this kind of, activities are really important to give you the access that can pass through the reputation of the people that are introducing you to these people. So when we say that we believe in the power of the inspiration and connection of the people, is because, we try to merge all the time emotion and experiences into our network. So what we have clearly learned from this, that is needed in approaching the connection and in approaching the production of content, for our point of view, is really needed a unique approach. Could be different from any other approach you can see now, in capitalism or in the modern days. So that's the meaning for us of tech and emotion, where tech and emotion are the differentiation between two different angles. The angle of tech, that for us means the logic, the technology, the innovation, the analytical thinking, the manufacturing. So where the more hardware of the life of the people, and the other side, the emotion side of life, means intuition, means emotion, means humanism, the creative flair, the culture. So these two things together should be always taken together in all the business choices and all the professional choices that we do. Because, I mean, you cannot, in this moment, we have AI, running as crazy. We have like the evolution of the innovation running as crazy, but you cannot live a life only thinking about that the technology can drive our lives, even if can make much better, of course, but using as a tool, using as an instrument, not using like just the only word of God that can be following the technology. And in this moment, that's why we think that the work we are doing, the work we suggest you to do, is to try to put as much as you can culture, creativity, emotion, and humanism into your job, even if your job is a technological job, because this is the way that can have a success. Why, just like talking about this morning, why so many people appreciate Massimo Bottura on stage, from my point of view, is because he's not only a chef talking about cooking, he's not only a chef talking about food, but you saw how it was, going from a topic to another, mixing a lot culture, art, social impact on the job he is doing, and that is the right approach, to having the different ways to face the challenges in different sectors that we are having. So blending technology and emotion, tech and emotion, is what we try to do in all the productions that we do, because Emotion Network, as said, is organizing a Tech Emotion Summit, but is also producing movies, documentaries, podcasts, and series. So here you have, the logo of the Tech Emotion, the series that I showed you, the trailer before, that has been distributed on Sky and on Rai. We have a movie on football called Genoa, whatever and wherever, that is, approaching the passion of the fans of a team that is probably the most passionate team, fan base in Italy, that never wins. It's never winning the last 100 years, but a part of that, it's really the passion that is driving these people to following, in this case, the emotion of a club, and you can find it on Prime Video if you're interested in that. And then, of course, other kind of podcasts or masterclasses that we produce out of our event, out of the talent that we have. You can see here a video podcast called 10 Minutes to Inspire, where I had the honor to interview people like Howard Schultz from Starbucks, or the founder of Technogym, the founder of Cucinelli, the Professor Maria Reza Taddeo from Cambridge, and so on. More than 50 video podcasts in this format called 10 Minutes to Inspire, because we think that we can learn and we can take inspiration from the stories of these great leaders to be taken and to be offered to you as a service. Or you can find also some masterclasses that we produce. Here you can find Moti Crystal, that is a very famous negotiation expert in negotiation in crisis management in the Middle East, but is also now teaching negotiation to the companies. Or a new TV format that is called Inside the Talent, that will be released soon on Rai Play in Italy. So we think, and we saw during our experiences, that we have the most impact if we can merge the different ways we produce content in a different length, in a different kind of stories, audio and video, and different kind of formats. So the other point we arrived at the end, have to go more on the educational side, on the learning side, is that combining these two things together, so the power of network, the power of people to be involved, and the capabilities to produce stories, we decided to put these together into a platform that can also can be given to you and to your companies to learn and to grow all the employees or the manager that you have in the company. So masterclasses, probably know masterclass.com, that is a global leader for that. So we decided to create techemotion.com using the power of stories, the power of network, to create this platform that can be, allowing us to grow and to be nurtured and to, take more lateral thinking and inspiration to our job. So because that's why we produce more than 18 masterclasses, 2 hours each, on different talents here. For those that are Italians, probably know Cristiana Capotoni is a very famous Italian actress here. But also when we involve a pop actress, it's not only to take something pop, but to take something that can be, very well used for corporate learning, so that can be an inspiration by an actress to be something used in your companies for your education tools. Of course, with this platform, that is, you can find, as said, on the techemotion.com and also through an app, you can have, different kind of services. Yeah, Ash Fontana is one of the biggest world experts on artificial intelligence, and an Australian investor doing a lot in, and also writing, has written a book called The AI Century, and explaining how this century can be crucial. AI can be crucial in this century to let the people grow and to let the people, have a better evolution. And here you can find, the differentiation between the classes, on a 2-hour content that can be delivered to you and can be also listened, in pieces of 5 minutes each, because you know better than me that now micro-learning is very important. It's very important to give very high-level content even in a short way. So in a 2 hours, content can be divided in chapters by 5 minutes each. So, and of course, as you know, we have to give deep insight, but also to answer to simple questions. So another thing that we think is very important, and I mentioned to you before, is the using way of video podcasting. So to use the kind of interviews to have like great talent to be involved in our content in an interview that can inspire others to their story. Here you can see Mr. Luca di Montezemolo, as said, the former chairman of Ferrari, with a great experience in managing people that can give, to all of you and all of us the way how it's important to manage people inside a complex organization. And here, again, it's another example, Mrs. Carol Stern. Carol has been, for 10 years, the president of UNICEF USA. So you're facing, as you can imagine, many, many challenges in the most difficult situation in the world. But in the meantime, dealing with great corporates also to do fundraising and dealing a lot with the people, to manage a complex machine like UNICEF is. So, of course, people need to learn on the go, and so we try to put as much as we can the quality of the audio, not only the video, in the platform that we have. And also, there are podcasts, when we made audios, that it's not only the video podcast, but also, the kind of audio podcast that you can learn. And here you can see, for example, the example of Mr. Corrado Passera. Corrado has been the former CEO of Intesa San Paolo Bank, but also a Ministry of Innovation. So it's one of the most important and most experienced top managers in banking and in finance in Italy. And the same here, like an example of the podcast we have. So in this way, what is important for us, it's in any content we do, in any content we provide to you and to your companies, to have this best quality possible, and not only going on a vertical topic content, but in a very, very qualitative way. Of course, we can have the docu-series that I showed to you before in our platform, divided in 6 episodes by 30 minutes each. And of course, you can see here the way how the docu-series in 6 episodes is showed in a different topic that you can see there. And then we have a learning by talks, because on techemotion.com, compared to what you cannot find, for example, on Masterclass, on techemotion.com you can find talks, on-stage talk like this, on-stage talk like TED. So people that are showing, their topic and with insightful speeches. The guy you saw here is Naveen Tukaram, a former investor for Paul Allen in New York that changed his life, and now is teaching mindset change. So he's doing a lot of gathering in person to ask people to change their life. So in this case, and the same way, you can see the different kind of ways we do the topics, of course, coming from our Tech Emotion event. Of course, it's important, that in the learning that we offer to companies, there is repetition of various continuous content in a very repeated way. James Vincent, if you will have the chance to see, techemotion.com is a brilliant speaker that has been the teacher, the consultant, personal consultant of storytelling for Steve Jobs at Apple, and Brian Chesky at Airbnb, and Steven Spiegel in Snapchat. So it's a wonderful guy to inspire others on the storytelling. Of course, for us, there are also in the platform that we offer some journeys. So journeys are playlists divided by different topics that can drive the people into what they are learning, so to let you deep dive on some specific topic. But journey is also the one you can see if you see the video of Johan Nelson, a very, very experienced explorer that did the most crazy experience in the world. And I will show you now 1 minute of his speech.
Has there been somebody in life who has inspired you into this type of way of seeing things and living things?
When I started my first adventure in 94, I was bicycling from Stockholm to Africa.
Well, that's a long way.
And then I wanted to give up the first day, so I called my mom and said, listen, this was not fun, I'm going to go home tomorrow. And she said, yeah, but you did today, so maybe you can do also tomorrow. So I did also tomorrow, the same thing, and then I called my mom again and said, I'm coming home now, this was not for me. Yeah, but you did yesterday, you did today, maybe you can also do tomorrow. What's interesting is that if you only do today for 52 days, you get to the Sahara. So basically, she inspired me not to give up and see things like short term, to be able to have a long-term goal. Another person that I'm seeing frequently is His Holiness, the Dalai Lama.
So it's really important to have like people like him, like even if it's not a related topic to what your job, but to inspire your employees. So all the speakers that I mentioned, all the speakers that I showed to you, are speakers that can be also invited if you want to some in-person, talks, in-person workshop for your companies, and that all through us, to have the best speakers for you. So I'm going to be around a bit because my time is running. But what is really important for us that any kind of content we do have some meta narratives, but it's always the human-centered storytelling behind it, because that's what's really important for us. And for us, the final goal, as we said, is to unlock the Italian potential. To unlock the human potential through the stories that we are producing and then we are doing. So, going until the end, and what is you understood that for us the blend between technology, innovation, and humanism. I will leave you with a final video to explore that. But remember that for everybody, the storytelling is something that we start since when we are kids, and we ask stories to our parents, because story is so important also for our growth when we were very young. And so storytelling is something that in a way or another is following us in all our life, and it's so much important now that we are working in our companies for that. So, and now we think that we can grow through storytelling.
Esercitarsi nella propria passione credo che produca gioia.
You have to work on your capacity for contentment, your ability to be happy.
Perché non provare tutti a essere felici o a far felici gli altri?
Stiamo sviluppando quelle competenze che difficilmente sarà mai una macchina a sviluppare.
Sii un change maker, sia una persona che va nel mondo e cambia la prospettiva degli altri.
La vita senza immaginazione non è niente.
La saggezza non si può trasferire, la saggezza è interna e la puoi soltanto coltivare.
I have a talent for pulling the genius out of exceptional people.
Starò facendo la strada giusta, sarò nel percorso dove posso dare il massimo.
Dopo la rivoluzione tecnologica anche tu puoi raccontare la realtà, quindi anche l'audience acquista un potere.
Dobbiamo imparare a narrare la bellezza.
Se mi chiedi che cosa faccio nella vita, cerco di dare il meglio di me stesso, senza mai perdermi nella quotidianità.
Fare un'incorsa e salta.
So I'm sorry that you see some of the content in Italian with no subtitles, so sorry for that. On the platform, you will see there are, more than 170 content. 40% are in English. The other 60% will be dubbed in English soon. So you can find everything on techemotion.com, and you can reach me out on mattia@emotionnetwork.eu or, through our platform. So really happy for any question you will have, and sorry for taking maybe too many more minutes for that.
Any questions for Mattia? Oh, there's one right there.
It is truly inspiring, and I was wondering, for an international audience, do you have any plans on expanding, let's say, the kind of people you interview, perhaps to the rest of Europe or some other regions?
Yeah, we prefer to start in Italy to be very focused on the content we know and the talent we know, but already, as said, 40% of the content are international, and in the next months, all the platform will be completely duplicated into English, and all the Italian content will be completely dubbed into English. But then our plan, of course, is also to add also local international content, maybe done in France, in Spain, or still in US and as a native English. And also in the kind of partnership that we are talking to Docebo too is also to work more and more going into an international level, to offer to all your companies as an international level. Yeah.
Thank you. Any more questions? Mattia, thank you very much
for
the insightful talk, and of storytelling and the
thank you.
content we get to consume. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.